the underdog of the day. Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here. We're back with another Pocket Monsters anime review. Today we're covering episode 7, the Battle Frontier, the episode that a lot of us were waiting for. And how was it? I gotta say, this was one of the best episodes that we had in this series since episode 2. Episodes 3 through 6 were but this episode right here really was really nice. So let me go ahead and get to my thoughts and the summary of this episode. I gotta say, the episode started out pretty funny, like always. I really do love the Mr. Mime scenes in the beginning because they're really quite hilarious. And in this one, everyone's doing some, basically training, some meditation, kung fu moves, I guess. And Go's trying to perfect it, but the only one that perfected it was Metapod, who has no arms and no legs. This Scorpion just comes out of nowhere and kicks it. And then it was just so funny because freaking Metapod hit a rock, and we just hear this loud and as we know, Metapod is the cocoon, and inside is the Caterpie becoming a Butterfree. So everyone freaks out like, oh my goodness, Metapod. And it is quite funny because freaking the professor's checking on the rock and Go's holding Metapod, and it was just so hectic. It's a very funny beginning scene. But after all that's said and done, our main protagonist, Ash, comes in and tells Go that we're going to the Hoenn region, where they entered the Battle Frontier. And note, this is not the same Battle Frontier from Kanto. It's a bit different. For one, it looks like the actual island that's in the games. You know, the island that you go after you beat Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where the Battle Frontier is going to be built and stuff. This is that same island, it appears, and it looks really cool. It is revealed that each trainer needs to use 2 Pokemon, and Go uses Scyther and Scorbunny. And we get the reveal of the Pokemon that Ash is bringing, and it is for a fact Mr. Mime and Pikachu. Now, I know many anime Pokemon fans are probably disappointed by this because in the summaries they're saying Ash is going to use a special Pokemon, and we're all thinking it's going to be one of his Pokemon from Oak's lab, Charizard, Sceptile, just somebody. But in the end, it was Mr. Mime, and I gotta say, I was a little disappointed at first, but Mr. Mime really did show to be pretty good, and I'm actually glad that it was Mr. Mime. It was a really nice twist. I also like that we're actually going into more depth with Go's Pokemon's personalities. Like, for example, Go's like, all right, Pinsir, I'm going in with you to battle. And Pinsir just like shakes his head no and turns away. So I'm guessing that Pinsir is not really a battler. We'll probably see what Pinsir is really known to do in this series. But the battler of the group is good old Scyther. And we get to meet the rival of the day, Hoenn. And I gotta say, I really was caught off guard by this character. Because in the preview, he looks like he's gonna be the jerk, the stuck-up character, just that one jerk that we always get. But he was actually a pretty cool guy and kind of funny as well. Like, I remember the scene of him standing over Ash. Like, and Ash is just like, oh, snap, it's a battle right now. And Ash looks really nervous as well. Even though he's the champion, he's taken out Hariyama's before. Ash is just like, oh, shoot, what's going to go down? And it was really funny seeing the scene. And he's just like, can I get to the trash can, please? And it's like, oh, wow. And he ends up falling on his face and starts laughing like, oh, that didn't hurt at all. And you just see Ash looking like, is this guy okay? We also get to cut to Go, who is actually catching a Tailo. And the reason he's catching a Tailo is because Talos are said to eat on Wurmples in the forest. So he's going to use Tailo to find 3 Wurmples, which I'll talk about more later. Go then tries to catch Mightyetta, but it is Hoji's Mightyetta, so it doesn't work out. Scorbunny's trying to kick Hoji, but then kicks Ash. Pikachu gets mad, and yeah, it's just a whole bunch of chaos. It's interesting to see that gag of Scorbunny kicking Ash has returned, and it seems like that's going to be a thing throughout the whole series. But yeah, then after that, we get the first round picks, and it's Go versus Hoji, and the two are ready to fight it out. I gotta say, Go's first battle was really interesting. He sent out Scyther against Mightyetta and actually set up with Swords Dance. So I was like, okay, Go may have a little bit of skills. But Scyther gets one-shotted by a Fire Fang, and that's it. And I gotta say, I laughed so hard in that scene. Because I'm thinking, oh snap, let's see what Go's about to do. And he just gets one shot. I'm like, dang, that's tragic. But next up is Scorbunny. So I'm like, all right, let's see what Scorbunny's going to do. Scorbunny got a little bit of battle experience, but he's not that great. And in the end, Scorbunny gets two-shotted by a Snarling Bite. So this really does show that Go has a lot more training to do and that he's nowhere close to being as experienced as Ash. And I really do like the comparison of Go and Ash in this episode. Go actually takes his loss pretty hard and he's like, catching is better, and decides to run off and go catch some more Pokemon. My thought on this is maybe Go doesn't really want to battle, and he's like, I'll just stick to catching Pokemon. Because this reminds me of the last episode where Ash was like, battle the Pokemon, and Go's like, no, I can just catch it. This is faster, this is quicker. So I really do feel like these two values and opinions will be contradicting throughout the series until Go finally, they both will learn from each other. But yeah, both Ash and Hoenn both make it through the rounds, making it to the finals. And I'm glad that Ash is, still competitive and still great. Ash has not been reset anymore. I remember Sun and Moon, he wasn't reset. Pikachu didn't lose to episode 100. Looks like this new series, he's not reset either, which I'm so happy for. In the finals, Ash's first Pokemon is Mr. Mime against Hariyama. And we actually get to see Mr. Mime is actually pretty good. Now, yes, we have seen Mr. Mime battle in his first episode that appeared to use a good 4 moves. And in this episode, it appears to learn 2 more new moves, so that's interesting. Mr. Mime ends up dodging every one of Hariyama's moves. And this is where Go realizes that the training that Mr. Mime was putting Go through earlier was actually, these movements right here so that Go can learn how to dodge. And Mr. Mime also has learned Focus Punch, which is a pretty nice move. I gotta say, it was pretty funny watching Mr. Mime fight in this episode because it was just sitting there chilling like, I can do this. This is easy. And Mr. Mime uses his Reflect, which is a new move that it's learned to basically trap Hariyama so that it can't move. And finishes Hariyama off with a Psychic Attack. And I was like, yes, Mr. Mime was actually pretty good in this fight, and I was proud of it. And this is a scene that was really crazy to me. Because Ash is like, Mr. Mime, let's go for one more Pokemon. And Mr. Mime is giving him this excited face, which this face is actually a reference to Detective Pikachu as well. But then it just instantly refuses to battle. And I'm just like, what? No, Mr. Mime. You didn't even get hit or anything. So it's not like you fainted. You just ain't want to battle anymore. So yeah, I guess it's all right. I guess it's their way of, showing Pikachu off. But I feel like they could have did this scene a little bit better. And I gotta say, Pikachu does amazing in this fight, using many great strategies. Even one from Sun and Moon. And also, Ash is gonna have to pay these people because his Thunderbolt ended up blowing a hole through their roof. But that hole in the roof comes to his advantage. Mighty Edna ends up knocking Pikachu up into the air, and as Pikachu is flying, Ash uses the strategy that he used to defeat Savala, which is to have Pikachu use Electro Web and use it as a trampoline to send it flying back for one more final Iron Tip. And I was so happy when I saw this. I was freaking out oh snap, this is what he used to defeat Savala. Continuity, let's go. And our champion wins this Battle Frontier tournament. I'm just so happy because it's so good to see that Ash is still competitive for one. And that he's still got it basically. Sun and Moon, Ash was really great in Battle X and Y, Sun and Moon. And it seems like all of that's coming back in this new series. I love that he used old strategies and just everything like that. It was really nice seeing Ash and Pikachu win this. And it looks like Ash is going to need a bigger trophy case because he's won another trophy yet again and 5 flutes. And once again, Hoenn comes up to Ash and I'm thinking, oh snap, is he actually going to be mad at Ash this time? But just like before, he's a pretty nice guy and actually congratulates Ash and says that was a great battle. And he ends up falling and ruining the whole thing as well. And I gotta say, I really did like Hoji's character a lot. I'm hoping that he's not just a character of a day and that we actually see him more. Maybe, since they did the Battle Frontier, I'm pretty sure that they're going to do the Battle Royale, the Battle Châteauroux, and other things in other regions. So I'm hoping that we get to see Hoenn return for those battle competitions because this is a really great character. And, it would just be sad for a one-time character that everyone is probably enjoying because he was a really enjoyable character throughout the entire episode. And I'm hoping that he's kind of like a rival to Ash in this series. Yeah, I know Ash isn't taking on the gyms this time around, but for Ash to have a rival that, he enters competitions with, maybe he goes to Unova for more tournaments, the Battle Royale and the Lola, the Battle Châteauroux, things like that. Maybe come back to the Battle Frontier again for another tournament too. I'm hoping we get to see Hoenn more in the series. And this thing I really did like. Go had a change of heart after witnessing Ash's battles. And I gotta say, I feel like Ash is really gonna inspire Go. That's the one thing I really wanted for this series. Since Ash is the champion, for him to be a mentor to Go. While it doesn't seem like a more mentor type of situation, it does seem like Ash is inspiring Go to do a lot of things. In episode 3, he inspired Go when Ash stood up to protect the Bulbasaurus. And now in this episode, Ash is inspiring Go to become a better battler. So I'm really happy for that. I'm hoping that Ash shows off more of his old Pokemon as well to Go, so Go can see just how great of a trainer Ash is. But Go is all up for battling, and I'm hoping that we get to see Ash train Go to become a better battler. In the end of it all, we see that Go has caught 3 Wurmples. And the reason he's caught 3 Wurmples is because, Wurmple has a split evolution. So I'm guessing he's going to keep one as a Wurmple and evolve the other 2, which I'm glad that Go's actually evolving Pokemon, because from what it seemed like, I thought Go was just going to be catching. Like, he was going to catch a Metapod, he caught a Butterfree, and he caught a Caterpie. I thought that's what he was going to do with all of his Pokemon. But here that we see he's going to be evolving Pokemon too, I'm really glad for him. I'm hoping that he evolves Scyther into Scizor instead of just catching a Scizor in the end. But yeah, guys, Go has caught some more Hoenn Pokemon too. And my theory is wrong about him only catching Kanto and Galar Pokemon. It seems he may actually end up catching 800-something Pokemon, which will be crazy. But I gotta say, this episode was really enjoyable. If you haven't liked any of the episodes in this series from episode 3 to episode 6, you will, for a fact, more than likely enjoy this episode. Now, the battles animation was nice. Don't expect no Pikachu versus Tapu Koko, because, this wasn't that big of a tournament. This was a small tournament. The animation was good for what it was. Now, I am expecting better animation in future battles, of course. But for the time being, since the series is just starting out, this was pretty nice animation for this battle. And I gotta say, seeing Ash being competitive and, using strategies from previous series really puts a smile on my face, because I was really scared of Ash being reset when we saw Pikachu versus Scorbunny. But Pikachu ended up one-shotting Scorbunny then too, so it's really exciting to see that Ash is going to be competitive. And Mr. Mime wasn't bad in itself. This was Ash's first time using a Psychic and a Fairy type, and Ash did pretty good with Mr. Mime. I'm actually hoping that we see Mr. Mime battle more. But on the other end, I'm still hoping that we get to see some of Ash's old Pokemon in this series. Since it doesn't seem like Ash is catching any new Pokemon, at least let his Pokemon from Professor Oak's and Professor Kukui's lab return in the series. Like, that's the one thing I'm hoping for. Because it kind of sucks that Ash isn't catching any new Pokemon, and Go is the one catching all the Pokemon. So why not let Ash bring back his old ones? Like, that's the only thing I can see happening. But for the time being, we don't know if that's going to happen. We know he's using Pikachu and Mr. Mime, and we'll just have to wait and see. Which, also, I think Mr. Mime is, for a fact, Ash's Pokemon. In the New Year special for 2019, they had Mr. Mime categorized with Ash's Pokemon. And it's mentioned that Delia has never been shown with Mr. Mime's Pokeball, but here we see Ash with a Pokeball. So my guess is Ash caught Mr. Mime and, gave it to his mother. Let it stay at the house with his mother. That's my best guess for, why Ash is using Mr. Mime and is considered Ash's Pokemon. In the comment section down below, let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I would love to hear. I think it was a pretty nice episode. Great development for Go. Great episode for Ash. And I can't wait to see more battle episodes in the future. Thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And have a happy new year. This is probably the last video of this year. So, Trayman1. Peace out.